Let's see. Are we streaming right now? I think I'm streaming right now. It says it's starting. There we go. And we're live. Hello everyone. How are you today? Still kind of loading in just a moment. Also, is my audio fixed from last week? Like, is it still just coming on the left ear or whatnot? Because I would like to fix that for sure, if that's still the case. I think I did, but there's no real good way for me to test it. Hello, Sonic. Hello, Scary Puppy. Hello, Dominic. Hello, Virtual Cookie. Hello, Dom. Hello, Sejin. Stygen. Lars. Hello, Zombie. Hello, Edward. Yep, okay, everyone's saying it's fine. I think it's fixed. That's great. Hello, Bay Pig. I'm glad you like the videos. Hello from Korea, name in which I can't read because I can't read Korean. Okay. Here we go. We are in Alpine Odyssey. Let's just change some settings here. Make sure if any music comes on, that does so. Let's check, make sure that's balanced right. I think that's correct. Hello, Leon. You're studying biology. Oh, that's sounds like a whole lot of fun. Thank you, Sam. I'm glad you like the videos. Thank you, Dom. Hello, Lord Flanders. Ed Chin. Taijin Van Her. I can't read that, so I'm just gonna stop there before I just butcher it. Anyways, we're here in the wonderful Alpine Odyssey. We're going to be trying our hand at doing some more interior work from what we did last time, and hopefully that goes well. I think I still want to turn up the music just a little bit more. Okay, yes, I will be putting trim. So a lot of people might have noticed that we have quite a separation going on in terms of the tiling of the roof and the actual front facade here. And we will be fixing that. Thanks, Dom. I'm well, Brian. I hope everyone's Sunday is going well. It is the day before Monday, where everyone, at least who has a job, goes back to work. I am one of them. Samuel, yes, you're making a website. Great. Cool. It's always good to make websites. Have fun. Okay, let's, I need to bring up my reference image, and I'll show you guys what I'm going to be doing to that roof trim there. So, it'll be just a moment. I'm a little unprepared today. I was working on another build that you guys have not seen anything on yet, so be excited for that once we get there. Where is that reference image that I had? Yes, there are probably plenty of people, but I would say the majority of people work on Mondays. Let's see. My coffee was good. Oh, you just graduated 8th grade. Congratulations on that, Dominic Florio. Do I have to specify this a little bit differently? I think I do, to find the one picture I'm looking for, which is the main reference for this area. And it's not wanting me to find it very easily. That's fine. I don't necessarily need it. Anyways, we'll just get started. Hey, Bennis, I'm well. Am I making an advert for the Planet Coaster contest? No. At least that's what I'm assuming. That's what we're going to be working on. Building any rides today? Nope, no rides. The first ride is going to go right here, so we're pretty close to it. We were going to be doing a... make an advert for the greatest parking lot in history. Yes, that would be pretty funny. I just don't have the time to edit such a video right now. But once we get this right side, Main Street kind of set up, we'll do our first ride. That's essentially all we're waiting for. The first ride's gonna go up here. In fact, I don't know what ride just yet. I know I got some suggestions. I know it's very European to have the actual... Oh, where is the flying one? It's actually one of my favorite ones there. The Wild Blue. This is actually a great kind of European style ride. So, you know, this would fit that area fairly nicely, I think. But basically, it'll come up to you guys. Kind of what goes in that section. Skyflyer. Do you remember? Yes. Pudding Man Gamer. You ask me that every week, and let me tell you, I don't remember you. Okay. What theme? This is like a Northern European theme, kind of Alpine-esque, is what we're going for. Will you border my park? Yes. So once we get the main street done, we'll switch to some maybe light backstage stuff. That's what all this white box is in the back area. So we'll have some parking lots back here. We have even little overhangs. This could be like a loading bay of some kind if we want. A scone stand. In fact, I'll probably be making a scone stand today. Not a stand, but a little cart. Like one of those little mobile carts that you might see like on street side, like a street side vendor. I think that'd be cool. It will be non-functional because that's just how it goes. But it would be pretty cool to have a little scone stand, since you guys always like to talk about that. Hello, Red Concept. I'm well. Okay, so, yeah, so on the interior, this is the main thing we want to work on today is getting the interior of these fluffed out. So you can see the cafe from last live stream here. You know, we have our chairs and tables. We have all that wonderful stuff. I'm just not even gonna bother with people who troll today. I just really don't give a shit. Anyways, make a fountain. I'll be making a fountain later. It's funny to see Americans saying European to everything that has this roof. Well, I mean, it's not an Italian roof by any means. It's not really Greek either. I mean, to us, it's just Europe. Because, I mean, Europe's smaller than America, so, like, we just kind of lump you guys together. We don't really specify, I guess, by country too much. Okay, so we got that. Down here, we have some cool interior work that we need to flesh out. So this is going to be, like, a little kind of back-end restaurant area. And the middle building, the right building, it's actually going to have a staircase straight up to an upper restaurant area, which would be kind of cool. It has a food and drink stand up here, and it'll be interesting to see how we can get the interior to jive as well as possible. I tried to leave as much room as possible as well, so we might be able to get some vaulted ceiling effect up here. Might be able to remove some of these. Like, I might be able to stitch, like, cut some of this out so we can save some room. Like this red line, we could probably get rid of. But interior work is a long, time-consuming process. That's kind of why I enjoy doing it on live stream, because otherwise it's hard to make a speed build episode out of this stuff. You know, you're moving the camera around a lot, and it can be a little jarring for people. How do disabled people get in the shops? That's what we're also going to be adding today. There's going to be an elevator that goes up from the first floor all the way to the top floor. Please don't make this park disabled friendly. Yeah, it is. We already have ramps, Joe. So, like, it's already there. It is a thing that should probably happen. And plus it's an interesting challenge, design challenge. I mean, these 3 buildings currently aren't wheelchair kind of accessible or anything like that. Make a hotel? A hotel would be cool. If we zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see what all land mass is taken. I wouldn't mind having a hotel here-ish. That'd be kind of cool to do. You could also put one back here, but we'll see kind of what the rest of the park ends up doing and how this conforms to the parking lot. And we'll kind of have to go from there. It's not a crazy large parking lot. I mean, probably in terms of the actual real life parking lot, it's not much bigger or smaller, I don't think. I think it's fairly consistent. Security station, yes, I need a security station at one point. That's on my list. I want to get the Main Street done first, and then our first ride, all the interiors and all that cool stuff. Make a walk-through haunted house. The hard thing about making a haunted house or anything like that's really interior heavy. That's hard. Try to build an Alpine themed water park. That'd be cool to do. I am thinking about doing a water park. Little section somewhere. Not quite sure where just yet. A lot of the times when you go to amusement parks, or at least here in the US, or at least to the ones that I've been to, there's usually a water park and then across the street is the amusement park. So they're actually kind of separated. And so it would be cool to maybe have the water park could even be in this section here. So the parking could be used for that, and the theme park itself, it's pretty much show you the inside. The only interior we have done right now is the one little cafe for hot cross buns. There's still stuff that I could probably add, but that's about where we're at. I'm sure some of you guys who have not seen it at nighttime will quickly dim the lights before we start building. So this is, the parking lot's really well lit. We still need some street lights going along through the highway kind of ish system. And then I just like the warm glow of hot cross buns out there. We broke records on my own. We got about 4,000 people to come into hot cross buns for their 56th year of being open. Fun to be back? Well, I'm glad you think so. Okay, let's get started. So this first section, this is a gift shop. So it's going to have just a memento in here. I get rid of this to kind of shift it over a little bit. Oh my god, the ads. Okay, so we'll add a little bit of a back wall here just to seal this place off. Yes, Mr. Potato, there is 130 of us. We are here in force to watch a guy build parks. Luckily, it's not a parking lot work going on right now. Lake as a centerpiece with fireworks show. Yeah, no, that would be cool. We do have the lake kind of planned out here. This is kind of what I'm going to be doing. We're going to do the lake and then each kind of country of origin-ish spot to go on each little plateau or peninsula, I guess, technically, around this thing. We could build an island in the middle with something to really stage the fireworks around, but we'll see about that when we get there. Like even just the European section, like this little area is going to take quite a while to flesh out. And then we move probably into this section. Probably Japan will be up here. And then we might do Egypt-ish area and then something else. So yeah, kind of like Epcot. More like I guess Busch Gardens is how I'm comparing it, because Busch Gardens, they have a lot of like themed areas like that. So let's get some floor in this structure real quick. Can I lower the in-game music? Yeah, I'm gonna lower it just a little bit. Hope that's a little bit better. Any dual coasters? We could. I plan to have a coaster in every place. It might be nice to have a dual coaster for the Japanese area. Do I have a monorail? No, we'll be using the actual train over the monorail. Wooden flooring more common? Really? I would have figured tile is just easier to clean. But we haven't used any wooden floors, so that's fine too. This, by the way, is as much your guys' park as it is mine. You know, I can't take credit for all of these ideas when it comes to the layout of things. Remember to save? Yes. In fact, I just backed up our save, so I have a copy of it. We're not gonna lose it pretty much ever again. If I ever have to like start over, I'm pretty sure I would just start something new. All right, for the roof. We'll probably just keep it wooden. That'd be best. Oh, your laptop makes the game lag after one building? I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, since these are made out to look like homes, one could argue that they should have wooden floors. I think someone could push for that. VR roller coaster at SeaWorld? No, I haven't heard about that. I'm not much of a theme park enthusiast. Surprisingly, for a guy who makes mainly Planet Coaster videos, it's kind of interesting. Hello from Germany. Hello from the United States. Okay, so for the walls, I'm thinking about doing some different wall textures than before. I'm fine with the brick in some areas, but I would also maybe like to make a custom wall in here as well. That might work. So what's gonna be the new flat ride? Not quite sure yet. We haven't really decided on a specific one. Oh, it was sideways. That's why. That's why that was weird. Okay, there we go. So for this, or am I going to do shelves with gifts on them? I hope so. But I think for now we'll probably just do the walls, the floor. Get this kind of covered up a little bit, and then do the same with all the two other interiors. And then if we have time, we'll build shelves and all that cool stuff. All right, let's grab some. I need something. There we go. So let's do something like this. We're going to color it kind of a light neutral color, and then we are going to spin it so we can see just the edge, and then we're going to change the color a bit. Okay, I guess green might work there. Make sure that's not poking through the other side. It's all of these interiors are so close to each other. It'll be tough to make them look unique and interesting. But we'll see what we can do. Oh boy, that gizmo is never going to work again for me, is it? Okay, so we're gonna have like this striped wallpaper-esque thing going on here. Between each wooden post. We'll add a floorboard and of course, a little bit of crown molding as well. Generally, that looks pretty pleasant. Let's see. You're going to Barcelona for a school trip next summer? That's pretty cool. I would love to go traveling for a little bit. Okay, so we got that. Let's grab some molding for the tops. Let's not zoom out of the building. Let's do something a little heavier than the last one. Might look nice. Maybe seating area can go in the building interior. Yes, we will have some seating in the interior. So this is the gift shop. So this is just going to be wall space and things like that. But we will probably have an interior space for seating in the other two buildings because they're actually kind of more restaurants. So we'll just do this real quick. Yeah, I like that. I think this is a very kind of neutral, kind of whimsical wall that we have going on here. But if you the interior, so for example, this whole interior is going to have seating in it, just like that. And then up here, the third level, this whole section's going to be designated for some seating as well. Still trying to decide on how I want the elevator to come up here. I'm pretty sure what we're going to have to do is direct people through the gift shop to get to the other levels. So I'm thinking the elevator might be on this corner and then just go, no, can't put that there. Where can we do that? Let's not advertise channels here. I don't advertise mine in other people's YouTube. There's some courtesy to be had in this place. Okay, so we got that. And I think this interior will go a little bit quicker than the first one that we did over by Hot Cross Buns, just because it will have some copy and paste going on here. Is it perhaps an idea that you can go to other stores through this store? Essentially, yes. Because this is the only store accessible at the moment. How long am I going to live stream for? I'm going to be live streaming for, usually 3 to 4 hours, depending on, you know, how it's going, how I feel, how hungry I become. You know, normal factors such as that. Hello, Mr. Potato. Welcome to the stream. Maybe the roof through the building can act as part of a bar? Are you talking about up here? Or are we talking up down here? I have no idea. There's so many little areas in here that we have to flesh out. that can be a little overwhelming. But it'll be cool to see people actually interact here. In fact, what I'll do, just real quick, because it brings me joy, I'm just going to open up the park and just let it run naturally. And we'll see how people kind of come in and out. It's always kind of fun. So we got that going on. I'm going to go ahead and quickly train you up so you don't want to leave. And I'm going to give you a 100% raise because I have infinite money. In fact, I'm going to do that with all of these guys. Train you, 100% raise. Please don't leave. Oh, there we go. 300 and boop. Peeps don't buy anything if there are no rides, right? No, they do. They buy stuff. Like my park rating is 2,506, and it's just from the decorations. So I get a lot of people that come in here. Would be nice to see some open windows at the top so you can see people walking inside from the outside. I totally agree with you. If I could actually make windows to look like these from the outside. I just want see-through windows. I would love that. I would love it. Like they need to be able to code basically a window so you can see through a wall. Like I think it would be great. Okay, so is that... They're set, right? Yeah, okay, so we'll set you. 300, and we'll train you again. They're set. You're set. There's no ride, so they won't use the information booth. Oh, you're enjoying the park? Well, thank you very much, Mr. Map. Maybe you can make a map for me one day. Let's see. Nice front. Well, thank you very much. Let's see what we can do. Thanks, Samuel. Like, that's cool. Wooden shop front wall and whiteboards. Let's see. Do I want to leave one brick facade? I think we do. Just for a bit of color change. I think it would look nice. So let's move this along down here. Probably about there. And then here. 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 Make smoke come out of the chimneys? I could. I'm kind of holding off on any VFX just because the part count itself is a challenge to keep FPS well on. So if I go crazy too soon with the other kind of elements, it can potentially prevent me from adding as much detail to the buildings that I want. So if I do that, there's some trade-off to it. So we're just gonna hold off for a little bit. Oh, you love the umbrellas outside? Yeah, I like them too. It adds a little bit of a building-esque detail, kind of in a spot that you wouldn't otherwise have it. You can also probably do the same effect with some sort of, I guess, awning. Not awning. What is it? Lattice? I think lattice. Some type of lattice cover. What was my FPS in Korra Temple? My old PC, it went down to about 10. My current PC, it's 60 FPS at the Korra, on the Korra save. So it ended up being fine. And that was 180,000 pieces. You're just watching. What am I making? I am making the interior for some shops here in my park. So people who are new, first off, welcome to the stream. Secondly, welcome to the channel. Thirdly, subscribe. But we have a cool little European-esque park going on right now. We spent a month probably building the parking lot in the distance. So right now we're just trying to flesh out the interior. I want to have all All my interiors detailed. So we're adding some wallpapers and things. We'll add some shelf type stuff as well. So here, I guess I can just copy the wallpaper effect and skin this, can't I? You're from England? Well, welcome. My PC specs are in the About section of my YouTube channel, Alan. Okay, so we got that. I can seal that there. You hate fish and chips? That doesn't affect me none. Yeah, that's whenever you do a recreation of a build, when 1991, that's what you're gonna run into a lot, because you don't like, there's so much detail to try and capture manually that you kind of hit the part count limitations pretty quick. Oh, we have people in the park now. So there's 23 guests. So let's just zoom out. I'm from the USA. Hello, Mike OB from the Netherlands. So we have some people arriving. They all come out of our metro station here. And then they make their way into hot cross buns or wherever else they want to. Oh my goodness, people are going into the other areas. Maybe I should have this flat for a little bit and then go down. I think that would be better. So we'll go up and then flat. Yeah, that makes more sense. Can you do links? I would prefer not to. So now I think I have the links turned off. I live in Maryland. Good old Washington, D.C. area. Is this going to the workshop? The parking lot is on the workshop. So if you guys want to make your own park using this as a starting point, you may do so. So this is on the Steam Workshop. You guys can download this. It does even come with my little vehicles that we've been making over the past month or so of streams. So you can essentially start a fresh park with a parking lot ready to go. And it's pretty interesting to see what people do with it. I know a lot of people will actually go through and I've seen some screenshots of people adding a whole bunch of traffic in the area. All the parking lots like full of cars. You know, it looks pretty neat. Make a water ride? Eventually, sure. We have people walking around. Let's just see what this looks like for a second. So we have no rides in the park at the moment. We will be adding rides here in the coming weeks. And at that point, it'll be pretty cool. But right now, all these guests are, because of how Planet Coaster kind of rates scenery item, each little piece that you build kind of has its own inherent little rating, and they add to your overall rating of the park. So with the amount of stuff that we have in our park right now, you can see that it's pretty popular. Like, we have a little bit of a little bit too many people for the space. Which camera view do most of your interior building with? I always use free cam, so I never use the orbit cam. So I'm always using, as soon as you go into the game, press T, and then bam, you are pretty much set from there. And that's the camera that I use to get around and see things. But yeah, you can see we have a bit of a crowd issue. It's something that I'm going to have to deal with eventually. And I think it'll go away once there's there's just more stuff and you can spread it out a whole lot. But I do want to shut the park back down just because it's seriously going to get out of hand if I don't. Like, this is only half the amount of people that I usually get in the park when I open it up. In fact, most of them are still in the tunnel walking here. So you can see it's a constant flow of just people. It would be cool to have stuff detailed out here. I 100% agree with you, Gerard. There are some information booths kind of tucked into the backside of the ticket area. But the reason I left this blank is exactly for this reason. So you can see all the people leaving. I kind of wanted this to not be a bottleneck at all. And a lot of times in real theme parks, the immediate area right after the ticket booth is kind of open because people will kind of go through. And if you arrive with a large group of friends, you kind of go in one at a time, and then everyone kind of waits around until everyone's through, and then they go into the park. So I wanted that to be portrayed. What time is it in America? East Coast, 12:11. Lanterns? Yes, we'll be adding street lanterns and stuff. Our one janitor having a great time. He is so happy to be doing what he's doing. Okay. Let's go back in here. Thanks, Ridley. Oh, wow. You retract the message. That's fine. Okay, let's, I was thinking we could add this brick here. Not because it's necessarily required to fill this gap, but I think it'll be cool to have another brick section. Can't I make coasters? Eventually we'll make coasters. Just not yet. Hello, Ridley. I'm glad you're here. I think you missed last week's stream. The ever-trolling Silverette was here. So we have this. I'm gonna leave this brick because that looks cool. I'm not gonna make a coaster right now. The park is not ready for a coaster, Eric, so nothing I can do. I can tell you that the first coaster is gonna go here. That's all I can say. Until then, we have to work our way there until I can build it, because I don't otherwise know what's going to interact with it. What am I doing? If you missed anything, I don't think you missed anything. Yeah, no, your commercial was pretty good, really. I really like the. I'm assuming that was hand-drawn animation and stuff that you did for it. The tail wag for. Shoot, I'm forgetting the mascot's name now, but the fox was really good. So good job on that. What region am I doing after the main street? After this region, we're moving on to possibly Asian or another one. Yep, 2D hand-drawn. Great. Good. Yeah, animation, it's super rewarding to do animation. It's something that I kind of wanted to get back into, but it's so time consuming, you could say. A modern park area. We might have a spot for some modern theming. Can you add your own music to the game? Technically, yes, you can. There are speakers, and you can add little things to them. Yes. You subbed? Well, thank you for subscribing, old account. I'm glad your old account is here. Now, how about new account? That would be nice too. Tried making heartline rolls yourself and it was a mess. I don't know how they even work, so I doubt I could do better. So the fact that you did anything, well, you're a step ahead of me. So we got that. Happy Father's Day if you're a father. Yes, if you are a father, happy Father's Day. Me and my dad don't really do anything for that. We're not really much of a, oh, happy holiday, son kind of family, but yeah, cool. Agent part will be more or less like a chorus series. In essence, I might have to steal the tile set from that. This will probably be the best Planet Coaster Park ever. Yeah, it'll be the best after the 10 years required to get this thing done. I think so. Okay, so we're gonna add some shelving units just along this whole wall. And I kind of want to leave it as floating shelves. How many areas right now? I want 4 or so different themes. And the reason I'm going with floating shelves is so that we can still see that kind of striped wallpaper effect we have going on in the background. And we'll bump this out just so it looks a little bit more heavily supported on the sides. Hello, Orion. Welcome to the stream. Question for Germans: do you really think that, or is it? I have no idea. I'm not German, so I guess that question technically isn't for me, anyways. It's my favorite theme park ride. Don't have one. They fucked up bows in the last update. We used to have them as clothes for shells, but they look like crap now. Now let's see. Bow. So what'd they screw up? Like what specifically made them not work anymore? Like I could probably do something like that. Angle it a little bit, and we have some cloth. Oh, the snowman bows? I have to look. Am I gonna make a water park area? Probably. I might have to contract Sylv out for that. Apparently he can make a water slide or two in his day. So you're talking about this snowman bow. Hello, Tom Bohr. How are you? There we go. We can sell some earmuffs. This is an Alpine area after all. I know these things are really big and really don't have any place being here. Is it cool knowing that 17,000 people support what you do? I have no way to describe that. So 17,000 people, just in my reference, frame of reference, my hometown is a total of 3,000 people. So that to me, like, I don't even know everyone in my hometown. So it's an odd feeling, but it definitely keeps it going. So it's basically the best thing ever for me. Hi, well, Tom. Just trying to work here on this thing. Need a water park update to the game. I hope it's not like RCT's pools. Yes, I agree. Looking the futuristic for things to put on shelves. Okay. Let's see. Now keep in mind, these shelves are super small, so we might not be able to really find anything, but take a look. What about fairy tale? Now, I know I said I didn't want to sit here and decorate all the shelves units. I wanted to kind of get the inside kind of interior, but sub for days. Yep. I would love to travel to Europe. Europe would be great. Snowman pipes can look like mugs? Okay. I'm the Sylve of America. Oh wow. Just I'm I'm gonna find a picture of Silver right now, and I'm just going to Photoshop him wearing an American t-shirt and say that's me. That's it needs to be done. If I'm the Sylve of America. Let's see here. Snow. So this can look like mugs, you say? I'm assuming you have to angle it to hide the stem. Yes, you do. There we go. So we got that. And it would be cool. We'd probably have a center aisle as well. Nothing along the back wall. Well, maybe we might. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we just have wall shelving and leave the floor open for access? Or should we have a center aisle and leave this wall empty? Actually, since there's windows here, I need to spin these around real quick. So the interior can at least match in some way. It's always weird to have an interior that has no windows on the inside. Center wall? Yeah, I think so as well. Can you see the end result somewhere if you have to leave before the stream finishes? I upload the VOD of each stream every Friday, Saturday, so people can catch up if they miss anything. But also, my regular YouTube videos will probably be progressed farther than we are now, so you can watch those. When do I stream? I stream every Sunday at 11:30 Eastern Time. Yeah, no, when I'm done, it'll be interesting to see what it all looks like. Alright, Only Gamers, thank you for stopping by. You know, I feel like these need chimneys. We'll have to look for that. Look for some small flower pots, maybe a TV. Can I be your interior designer? If I have more to work with than just snowman pipes, cloth, and earmuffs, yes. I can be your interior designer. I really should just play The Sims. I don't know why I'm bothering with interiors on a Planet Coaster Sim, but here we are, doing our thing. Yeah, that'll look nice. Some banners, nah. Shop awning. Where's just a memento here? Pizza Pin, Street Fox Coffee. There it is. I'm gonna swap that out. It makes sense to actually have the brand name to be the actual cover there. When am I going to finish? In the next 5 years, within give or take 5 other years. I mean, I like Planet Coaster probably more as well. The fact that you're able to really design anything, it's actually technically more powerful than The Sims, but The Sims overall as a package might be more, it's just easier to do. Yes, I'm actually thinking about doing an Egyptian section of the park. That would be cool. Okay, so this has its base interior. It's not done yet, but I want to move on. I want to keep working on other interiors while we still have time for that. So, this one would be next. This is another little restaurant type of area. Is that poking through? Nope, good. Waiting for the display screens to put in every content you can ever make. Haunted houses would be so epic. Yes, yes. The new screens will be pretty cool. Okay. Let's think about how to do this. First things first, I'm gonna combine some of these paths. For those who don't know how to kind of smooth out paths and make them not quite as square, this is just simply the trick for it. So you go to the corners where they meet, you make a new path and you delete it, and it smooths it out. And if you just keep doing it, you can get angles such as that. And it's really handy for when you want a slightly bigger path than what is normally allowed. Those don't have curves, right? Okay, no, I'm not going crazy. Okay, cool. You can put one of the entertainment guys in a room with a window to look at him, and he won't move. Yeah. That would be cool. I never even thought about doing something like that. Okay, so there is those. Am I gonna add restrooms? We have a restroom here. We have a restroom here. Now, if we're talking about the interior for the restrooms, no. I want to have them, you know, give the people their privacy, you know? It's also not really an official room, so these restrooms, they only walk past this kind of spot, and then they just walk over here and then they leave. So no one would actually go into the restrooms anyways. So no point in really having one like that. Just a door. Oh, it's your birthday? Well, happy birthday, Pyro Man. Congrats on that. Might keep the natural stone walls here in this store. Yeah, I mean, it's a restaurant. I mean, I'm gonna have to do something to cover this up a little bit. And some of the stuff poking through. So we'll see, and even this. But everywhere else, we can probably leave as much as possible in this area. Like, it can also make sections a little bit smaller than they are. Like that, just to keep things square so you're not working with quite as different things. Do I have cleaners? I have one janitor. He's keeping it clean whenever that 4,000 people rush for hot cross buns happens every now and then. Okay, so in here, let's grab this. Okay, so the flooring here, it'll transition from wood kind of in the upper level, and we'll probably do stone. I think that'll look pretty good. Now, how this is going to interact with the weird angles of this is going to be an interesting experiment. Yeah, what is everyone's local amusement park? That's a interesting question to ask. I'm sure everyone has a different one they go to, at least local. Fireworks? Fireworks aren't out yet, but I do want fireworks. Oh, you work at the zoo? That's pretty cool. The zoo here in Washington, D.C. is pretty nice. Me and my girlfriend go every now and then. Knott's Berry Farm. Okay, so I think that's good. Boy, we have some weird stuff to try and account for here. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to straighten this out just to hide this ugly little section a little bit better. And let's see. I don't know. What do you think about some little secrets? Like little secrets for the park? Yes, I plan to have little Easter egg stuff around. I want to build the DeLorean somewhere. That would be cool. Your local amusement park is called Pleasure Beach. It has Nickelodeon Land in the park and is really cool. Yeah, I'll look it up. Sounds neato. Alright, walls. Let's see. Do I want a sloped wall here? Probably. It makes the most sense. And we can like line this with some shrubs or something just to make it look nice. And understand, this is still not quite handicap accessible. I will be working on that part. My local amusement park is probably Busch Gardens. That's the closest one for me. In fact, I need to go there this year, and I'm thinking about making a video of that. Would be pretty fun. DeLorean in a future section. Actually, the DeLorean in the old section would be better because it's actually traveling through time. But I guess it would work in the future section. Wild West section? I wasn't thinking about adding any Wild West section, but it would be nice. Okay, there we go. We have these little potential flower beds kind of laid out. New coaster in your home park next year? That'll be cool. Or hidden in the car park. We could have multiple around. Busch Gardens in Tampa? I haven't been to that one. I live near the one in Virginia. Oh, you went to Busch Gardens Williamsburg? Great. You went last summer? Yeah, I was thinking about getting a season pass this year, to be honest. Apparently, since I spend so much time in Planet Coaster, it might be a thing I might enjoy. What can I use to hide this thing? Add a little stream in the house? Stream? Go to amusement parks for inspiration? Yeah, I really should. Okay, let's make this nice and flush. Do the wall a little bit. You can make the wall a little thicker. Nope, can't. This is actually on that grid line. So if I moved it over, you can see how much thicker it would be. You would have that space. But this will work. Occasionally you have just wooden elements. And I might do this on this other side just so it doesn't look quite as weird. Put a picture there and make it a marquee. Yeah. Do the same on this side, I think. This will give us a good thickness for that wall. This is a wall we're gonna have to retexture a lot. And we need a ceiling up here. So I'll probably have to do that too. What kind of ceiling? Do I still want to stick with the deck ceiling, you think? Like, do I just want to stick with this kind of roof all the way around? I think that'll be okay. Make some sound buffers? How you mean sound buffers? Could just do rough concrete too, but I think keeping this wood kind of ceiling would be good. What, I should make rental cabins, or I should go to a rental cabin? I had to rent a cabin when I went to the Texas Renaissance Festival. If I ever want to ride the best steel coaster in America, Fury 325. It's only about 4-ish hours from DC. American Fury. Okay. Yeah. If I ever want to ride it, I'll look it up. Could I put a knight in as decoration? Possibly. This isn't going to interfere with the other side, is it? Nope. Don't think so. And we need to just seal this off a little bit. I could do that red concept, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, essentially. I want to actually work more on the park itself for a little bit, because we spent so long building the parking lot. If I do anything else, people will probably start rebelling at that point. Alright, what's this new roof line that I need to adjust this down to? I think there. Plan out the elevator? Yeah. I mean, I've been thinking about it in the back of my head a little bit. Still not 100% sure where I want that thing. There we go. And we'll just do that. Just like so. And we have some wooden paneling going along there. I don't know. I kind of don't want to leave the brick. The exposed rough brick. I kind of want to give it all a texture. Like something custom. I really like the way this turned out. Does this have windows? It does. I need to copy these real quick. And there we go. You like the brick? Okay. I mean, if you guys like it, I can keep it. Do I like posting videos or live streaming better? I like them about equally. They both have disadvantages and advantages. Like, having to pay attention to chat is super enjoyable because I get to talk to you all, and it's lovely doing so. But it also makes this a very slow process. Thanks, Spork20 or 62. I'm glad you like it, and I'll keep it up. That's what I'll do. Keep going. Okay, so we got that. I need to tell you what. We'll take a quick little break from the interior, and I'm going to make something a little bit necessary. We're going to get our little scones cart up and running, I think. So, since you guys like your scones and you couldn't stop talking about it last stream, we're gonna make a little scones food cart, like a little push cart kind of thing. So let's do that. Oh, the gaming army? Well, thank you. I'm happy to have you stop by. Let me just try and find a reference picture. I'm kind of looking for a little bit here. Yeah. This will be the reference that I need. Okay. Okay, hear you out. This may be a hard concept, but make a roller coaster. What's that? You'll have to explain to me what a roller coaster is first. I don't know what that is. If you can go ahead and write me a 12-step program to build a roller coaster, oh, that'd be great. You donated $2? It didn't pop up. But if you did, thanks. Great. Make a pretzel cart. I'm gonna make something that's like a pretzel cart, but it's gonna be selling scones. Let's see. So we're gonna need this to make it a building. Next to the scone cart, make a pretzel cart. We'll probably have more than one cart type. How about that? But not right next to the scone cart. So let's do scenery here, because the flat pieces are probably going to be the best thing to use. Yeah, no, I don't know what a roller coaster is. What is that? You love my channel? Thank you. Okay, we need that first. Need an animatronic for scale. Real quick. And turn you off so you just stop shooting that bow all the time. Okay, so we're gonna make this very, very red. Build a train. We will have a train station eventually. In which case, the train will actually take people around. I'm playing a game all about it? I thought this game was Parking Lot Simulator 2017. I could have been wrong. If I am wrong about that, then I'll request a refund immediately. Be sure to build a floorless coaster. Every park needs one. Sure. Alright, I don't need the capitals in chat all the time. Just cool it down a little bit and you'll be fine. Okay. Turtles for army? Yes. Turtles for me. Okay, so we need this type of thing. Open right section, select a coaster type 3, place this station where you want it. 4, place an entrance. 5, place an exit. 6, add a piece of rail. 7, adjust the angle of the track. So that's 7 out of the 12 steps. I'm still very confused. It's fine, you don't have to donate. No one has to donate. And I need less capitals. I just don't want to be yelled at all the time. Why am I being yelled at? What's the archer dude doing? He's going to protect our scones cart from any invaders. He's also providing a sense of scale. Yeah. How long have I been doing YouTube for? A little over 2 years. Like, just enough YouTube. Bye, Red Concept. Have a good day. If you're leaving, it's a little hard for me to keep. Turn the track left or right. Add some more track. 10, adjust the angle of other tracks. 11, add decorations to coaster. 12, open the coaster to the public and ride it. Wrong! You have to test the coaster first, otherwise you can't open it. So, you, sir, that is 13 steps. I don't believe you. Okay, let's see. You just joined, Joel? I'm building a scones mobile vendor cart. At least that's what I'm trying to make. But you left out a step. I'm just saying, it needed to be 12 concise steps. Good day, sir. Twitch is much better, but YouTube is fine. I took a poll not too long ago on whether to use Twitch or YouTube. Most of my subscribers prefer me using YouTube. It's kind of like an ice cream scan, but not quite. Look, it's okay to stereotype, gamer. It's okay. It does make you think of Willy Wonka. It's literally fight you. I'll 1v1 you and smite, if that's what you want. We can throw down in a video game or something. How bow that? I mean, I have an English longbow if you want to have a bow fight. I guess we could do that. Alright, I need something small, which is, of course, not going to be possible in Planet Coaster. This is not going to be a wheel. This is like a thing to help balance it, in theory. That's what I wanted it for. What is my favorite game? The game that I play mostly to relax nowadays is Smite. It's one of my favorite games. I guess I'll just use this again. This is fine for a little stand for it to be sitting on. I think that all works. And then I am going to need something to make a handle. Some type of handle. Probably the wooden piece is probably really all you can use here in this case. dude. Oh my goodness, that thing's huge. That's not what I want at all. I need an umbrella? Yeah, I'll be making a little thing over it as well. Yes. And a little sign that says scones. I just need to find something to... I mean, I guess these can technically just be 2 handles. Does this need a crossbar going across? Or no? I'm thinking no. Here, let's do sci-fi real quick. So I can have... something like that, and then a vent on the back side. That'll work. Yes, crossbar. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah. There we go. What are scones? What are scones? I still don't even understand what a scone is, but you guys like them, so we are making a little scone cart. Do you think the pipe will work, Ridley? I think the pipe will work. The snowman pipe for the crossbar? Let's see. Pipe. Like if I kind of use it like a cap. And then flip it over and combine it. I think this works. Yes. Cool. Alright, let's do that. The real answer is the Chag. 100% agreed. Now, we don't really have a scone sign to put on these things. Kind of a shame. Let's see, is there a more narrow version of these things? Of course not. Of course there's not. Okay. No good awning. We're gonna have to make a custom... Well, I wanted the fabric. I was gonna put the sign over the fabric, but these are just too wide for the actual base. So you're right, we'll have to use a custom sign. Yeah, no, if they add water slides, it'll totally be a DLC, and I will pay happily for it. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Edith. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy. Okay, let's see here. First things first. Gonna need some poles. Okay, that's gonna be sticking up 2 cart. It's kind of like an ice cart, but they sell scones. Yeah, DLC as a word is a little tainted. Well, that's gonna be too wide too. Ooh. Okay, which looks better, you think? I could use this as the little stopper that it sits on, or I can use the other legs. Which looks better, you guys? Because I like the thicker one. It looks a little bit more sturdy. I guess I can use both in theory. If I do that and then bring it over here. Okay, apparently you guys are turning thick into the dirtiest joke today. Congratulations. You don't win anything, but just congratulations. You just wish you could make parks 50% as good as mine? Look, just trust me, practice, and you will. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay, I think this is our best shot at getting a pole of some kind. So we'll just call it a solid gray. You know what? We'll do one kind of gold band going through. That'll be nice. Or, yeah. Rat Pack raid? Oh no. If he does this, I'm going to play Allentown. I will play Allentown. Welcome to YouTube, where everyone has a dirty mind. Yeah, pretty much. Ugh. Okay, so we got that, and now I just need to build the upper little thing. What mods am I using? I am using the Parking Lot DLC 2017. You can find it in my Steam Workshop. Oh my god. Oh, Monastery, you're triggering everyone. Oh, such triggered. When am I playing City Skylines? On stream or what? Okay, let's do this. Scone is a single-serving quick bread cake usually made of wheat, barley, or oatmeal, with baking powder as a leavening agent and baked on sheet pans. The scone is often lightly sweetened and occasionally glazed with egg wash. So does that make it very close to a croissant? Because that's kind of what a croissant is. Yeah, and I'm thinking about turning the gray white, to be honest. It'll match the cart better. Look, we all like our scones here. Scones are totally welcome in this stream. If you could make any DLC for Planet Coaster, what would it be? Probably a water park expansion. Really, that's the only thing, in my opinion, that this game is missing. Oh, maybe better pathing 2.0. That'd be good too. Okay, so there is the little roof there. Stick a rubbish can in it to stop people from clipping in. Yes, I will once it's in its final location. I will do that. Ridley, if you're here, what can I make a cash register out of? I need like a really small cash register. Like I'm talking minuscule. I guess technically I could just sculpt my own, if you think about it. Like if I don't even know how. Shows and parades. Shows and parades would be cool. There'd be a paint a script. I have a feeling, at least. Okay, so I need to make some little ribbing like things going on here, and color them gold. Art shapes, yeah, that's what I figured as well. Nah, I could probably just sculpt one myself, but I think this space is way too tiny for one. Hello, CaviFX. FSX? Yeah. Welcome to the stream. Sci-fi computer screens are way too big. Way too big. This is how big the computer screen is compared to my cart. Okay, so we got that. Let's add a editable sign. So sign. Something old-timey looking would be pretty cool. Smaller the better. Would be just as cool. Okay, so we're gonna do fresh scones. There we go, and we'll color the text white. We'll give it I guess a gold trim, a little darker so it's visible. All right. Drag this to the other side. Fresh scones. Here. And I'll have to add that metal bit in here. Sent you 2 screens on Discord. Yeah, I'll take a look in a moment. Actually, yeah. How do I spell scones? I've never had to spell scones before. I'm assuming it's just S-C-O-N-E-S. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Good. I'm glad I'm not completely retarded. I should probably hang a little light in here, if you think about it. Why don't I show my face? Because the stream is more about what I'm building, not so much about me. And my face would just take up too much of the screen, in my opinion. What PC do I use? My PC is the About section of my YouTube channel. Yeah, I'll be adding trash cans in a moment. We have a few over here. There's technically one under each table, just so they don't walk through them. But yeah, I need to add some more. I added my GPU to that list. So yes, it's a GTX 1080. That is what I use. Planet Coaster is better than Roller Coaster Tycoon, right? I mean, it depends. I think so, because I'm much better at building in a 3D environment than I am in an isometric. What music do I use? So my speed builds, I generally use some music from Epidemic Sound. It's like a free music library, and that's what I use. I don't use the in-game music at all. Let's see what this looks like at nighttime. There we go, some fresh scones. Actually, if I, there's that, like, bead lights, right? Maybe this would just be too much. Maybe I shouldn't add all those lights. Oh, do American Truck Simulator live streams? Nope, I know what that's like to try and coordinate. Okay, so there's fresh scones. So let's angle it. I'll put it over here, kind of just like that. Put a light at the sign. I don't know. I think it's well enough lit. Like, you can read it. Fresh scones. Maybe it is a little dark, but there's not much more room. Like, it would require a spotlight on it, and that would be rough. When will I start making coasters, or did I just miss a huge part? We just haven't gotten to a point to where we can start building a coaster in the park yet. Oh no. All of this stuff is not part of my building. Oh no, it is. Why didn't it move? No, it's part of my plaza, I think. Yeah, it is. Oh, that's annoying. Hold on. I'm gonna have to redo that. Because I clicked off the building at some point. Where would I stick a coaster area-wise? The first coaster is gonna go here, roughly. So it's kind of when you walk through the park, as soon as you go down Main Street, you will see the coaster running. We will have the train station here-ish. We're gonna have a flat ride here. We're gonna have more Main Street along here. Some type of like water side boardwalk area. I don't know when I'll start making the coasters. We're not even close to done with the Main Street, so it's not gonna be for a little while. And I do apologize that this does take a long time to do. It's one of those things where I'd rather do it once and be done and then move on to something else. Is my janitor humming the Planet Coaster theme song? I'm pretty sure he is. You gotta go? Well, thanks for stopping by, Turbinate? If I can English, occasionally I can. Yes, it will be available to download once it's done. You can also download the parking lot now and make your own park using that as a starting point. You just need to search for it on the Steam Workshop. It's pretty easy to do. Okay, now I think it'll move with it. Yes, good. Yes, Planet Coaster is totally worth buying. One, it's not really that expensive of a game. I believe it's only like, what, $40, $50? So it's not even a $60 game. Okay, so stick the wood back in there. There we go. So there's some fresh scones, which means we can kind of leave this area clear. And we can kind of just copy this around a little bit. You know, gotta have seating for your scone eating time. Did I get the game during Alpha? Yeah. I was there since Alpha 1. You can go see my first park. It's still on the channel. It was Antiquity. Which is another area that I would like for this park as well. Some type of Greco-Italian area. Build like a well for a water bottle dispenser? Maybe. Okay, so we have scones here. One, I need to separate it from the wall a little bit. I'm gonna build a little stool, I think attachment, for the guy who works here, whoever that might be. So he can have a little sit, if that's something he wants to do. Oh, you gotta go? Alright, well thanks Potato for stopping by, man. Do I ever play Prison Architect? Nope. Not really a game that I play. Yeah, having a, not so much livestock, but having some sort of petting zoo type attachment would be cool. Okay, so there's some more umbrellas, which really helps fill out the area, especially from a distance. You can see that there's tables out and about, and that's really cool to see, for sure. We get a little scones cart. That's always fun. Frontier is going to fix the pathing in the game soon? God, I hope so. If anything, the only thing that I really want them to do, because right now I can deal with how the pathing is. It's annoying, yes. The biggest thing that I want them to fix, and I'll show you. This is the thing that irritates me the most. I'm going to make a path. Okay. Now to do anything with the terrain, around it is impossible. And this is the most irritating thing I have ever seen. I hate this. This needs to go away. Like, just, I would much rather deal with the terrain clipping through my path than have this zone of ugly going on. You don't have enough space for my park? Yeah, I do. I got plenty of space. Oh, thanks, Cravey FSX. Raptor's a great YouTuber and a great friend. But if you take a look, our park is literally going to be this big. We have 2/3 of the map. How do I start my YouTube channel? I just started uploading videos. Medieval Engineers was the first game that I started uploading. They said they were actually looking about that with like the rides, but it's been proving difficult. Why? They made it so I can. You can clip terrain through rides now, though, can't you? Like clipping a terrain through a ride is doable, right, nowadays? Maybe not a flat ride, but coasters they can. I don't see how it's any different. You just make it so it's not affected by the hitbox of the ride. Like, to me, that's like basic. I could be wrong, I mean, but it doesn't sound too difficult to me. We'll add some seating a little bit. Here as well. Yes, but the foundations of the path system were so bad that they're having problems with the rides. It was easier than they said, and they still have problems. Oh my goodness. I mean, maybe it would be best to just rewrite how paths are made. It would probably break everyone's current paths in everyone's park if they did that, which is a concern, and I'm sure they don't want to do that. But getting it right this time around, I think, is would be worth the trade-off for me. Oh, it's a theme park, no alcohol? Oh no, there's gonna be a bar. At a burger stand at the other seating area. The other seating area has a cafe over there. Okay, well that's weird. Two-path building systems. Only change the setting in new parks. I mean, that's what they did with the map size increase. I'd be fine with that too. But it's hard to make a change for only one section of a game. Because you essentially have to isolate and have two versions, and I'm sure they don't really want to do that either. Where am I from? I am from West Virginia, here in the United States. I currently live in Washington, D.C. area. I should add locker somewhere? Maybe. I don't quite know what to do with this dead zone or this dead zone on the other side, so this could be kind of guest storage. Kind of lockers that they could rent. Like, say they buy a bunch of things and they don't want to go back to their car. You might be able to rent a locker and store things there. Near Baltimore? No. I mean, I'm more closer to DC. So I'm about a 30-minute metro ride to downtown DC. Yeah, people apparently really want to find me. I was on Awesome Con downtown DC yesterday. That was fun. Add an extra chair to one of the... Yeah, I mean I could. This one's technically got the room for it. I hate it when people steal chairs, so that's probably why I didn't do it. Because when they steal chairs, they kind of ruin the whole dynamic here. They stole this chair. There we go. You're gonna mug me tonight, and you're gonna take a plane to do so. Go right ahead. Feel free to give it a shot. Okay, let's not advertise your channel here. I don't advertise my channel there, so I expect the same. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, the front plaza is looking pretty good. I'm really liking this. Employees entrance, maybe. I am thinking about that. That's kind of a hedging off the backstage a little bit. So it is. We had to wait for that. I do want those. Yes. Thank you, Kevin. That is a good idea to have. I'll allow that, Spork, since you were joking on that one. You didn't just join and say that. Okay. Hey, great job. What's the idea of making the backstage? Will it be detailed? Yes. Yes, it will. So it's going to be as detailed as the park itself. Why steal my Planet Coaster maps when I have them all uploaded to the Steam Workshop? You can just download them now. Yes, I totally agree, Lewis. More seating options would be pretty amazing for Planet Coaster. Like, I'm trying to use benches as much as possible here and there. Okay, so we are back in this section. Would you prefer a drawing tool with paths? I don't know. I don't know how they should change the path tool. Like, again, I guess I'm fine currently with how it works. It's just I don't like how it works with other objects. It's just a little annoying. Like, it's too limited. Okay. Oh, first class American Airlines? Well, have fun being delayed and never arriving. Okay, could you make boots with the bench in the restaurant? Well, you're probably saying booths. No, because you can't get the benches close enough together to do that. I mean, you can kind of do it, but it's very specific on how you do it. Like, you can see, like, for example, this, if I copy this around, you can get, you know, a booth a little bit here. The only problem, this is another thing that I wish they would fix with the pathing tool. So you can see you can get booths out of benches. The only problem is, as soon as it goes near the edge of the path, it snaps. I can't rotate it. I can't do anything with it when it's this close to the edge. And it's really annoying. And most of the interior is on the edge of a path, so it can't work. But it is a good idea. Maybe if I have another open plaza area, I'll do booths and stuff. That would be cool. Okay, so let's go back in here. Let's finish up the interior, at least of these walls and stuff. Okay. So we seal that off. Is there a reason that isn't going through? I think it will actually clip into the other building, isn't it? Yeah, it would. Okay, so that's why that's empty. Alright, so we're going to have an entryway. This is kind of a restaurant area. Am I gonna add some plants on the facades? Yes, like hanging plants? Yeah, I need to. You know, just the nice window hanging baskets and things. That would be nice. I just haven't gotten there. There's so much, like, larger... I don't know. I did so much stuff to do. Okay, for this little section... Tell you what, why don't we steal something real quick? I think this will be cool. If I steal an element from the other section... Yeah, good. It's not gonna clip. If I steal an element from the other side, it's gonna kind of tie the buildings together a little bit. And as long as it's not clipping through the upper path, I'm fine with this going through the roof pretty far. Oh god. Roller Coaster Tycoon World doesn't exist in my head. Like, as soon as I saw that, and then I saw Planet Coaster, I was like, nope, it's gonna be Planet Coaster. It'll win. Okay, so there's that section there. Let's now grab some vertical posts. Some molding there. this. And there you go. So we have a little bit of that, this wallpaper from the souvenir store transferring over here. Just that little bit might tie the buildings together, but it'll be cool to kind of step under it. I mean, in real life, you know, it would be cool to do each floor of this building. I mean, this is a 4-story building. This is another 5-story building. So each floor should, in theory, have something, or at least have like large storage areas for stuff. This game is the worst amusement park simulator ever? No, but it is the best parking lot simulator ever. That's why I bought it. Small airport. I mean, in theory, it is a little too over the top. Like, I could see maybe having one helicopter thing just in case they need to life flight someone out. That'd be about it. You have 10 buildings but 5 quadrillion pieces. Well, let's do the math on that. Why not? We'll take a look. We're gonna save because that's what we'll need. You can make smaller spiral staircases? Possible. Okay, so this is how many parts are just in the ticket booth, everything else. So this is 30,000 parts here. I know the parking lot currently is 80,000, so 110,000 total pieces right now. Ish. Because I think this is separate from the parking lot. Okay. Show the entrance? This? I mean, this is just the current ticket booth. There's still detail that I need to add to this. Like, I need to add queue lines here and here for the actual ticket booths themselves. Same thing over here and over here. So there's still a lot. Have fun playing? Yeah, no, it'll be a great time playing this for the next 20 years. Add a rotator thing for the ticket thing? Are you talking about these? Like a rotating thing here? Nah. Because this is technically the entrance. Like, there would be a person kind of just standing at the entrance probably. Okay. Okay, so this interior, you guys say you want to keep the rough stone. I am inherently disagreeing, at least in this first hallway section. So we will change this a bit. And pause the game so I don't have to listen to the hot dog squad advertising. Why would I put you in timeout? Because just don't advertise your channel, man. It is common courtesy here on YouTube to not do that. And also, this is a dictatorship, not really a democracy, so I guess you can complain as much as you want. Won't matter. Okay, let's obey or get banned. A little harsh, but okay. Okay, so we're going to frame this a little bit more. yeah, have a good Sunday. Thanks for stopping by. If you guys do have to go, we will be streaming for probably another 30 minutes to an hour. Okay, so this is gonna have to cut over a little bit because this wall is gonna change thickness. No, you're fine, man. Like, it's not so much that it hurts my feelings, but it's just not cordial. Okay, so we have that there. Will I be doing backstage areas? Totally, 100%. All the backstage areas, all the time. Welcome back, Mr. Potato. I'm just adding a floor to these pots, so that'll look nice. I might do another little wooden beam here. That would be cool. Boop. Yes, I'm a robot. I don't have feelings. Alright, Sonic, thanks for stopping by, man. Good to see you here a lot. Like that. What keyboard do I use? What is this thing? It's called a... this is a Hermes P1 RGB gaming keyboard. So this is like the waiting section, because this is kind of the actual proper restaurant area. So this will have some like wooden lattice here, kind of breaking up the waiting section. You can also have a hostess table, I think, up here. I think that would be cool. So we will do that. Let's build a little hostess table. You subscribed? Well, thank you, Bubblegum Toothpaste. You taste delicious, by the way. So we'll have our little hostess table, I think, here. Did I do the elevator? Not yet. Still trying to figure out where I really want that. What's my favorite song? I don't know. My favorite song? It would probably be... I can't name a one song. Dang it. It'd probably be Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. It's probably the best album. Acid music. These are like little menu stands that you might see at the front counter thing. For the elevator, you can make it old style with like a lattice door, if the area permits such a thing, maybe. Well, Pink Floyd is great. I will say Dark Side of the Moon is really their best album. After that, it kind of just goes downhill for them. Like, what, the wall was just too much for me. I dare you say no to turtle? No turtle. But other than Pink Floyd, I mean, you know. CCR is another one. Have I heard a Panic at the Disco? Yes. I have one of their CDs in my car. Right now. Let's see. I think this section we can make it brick. One, because I just need to make this section a little bit thicker to hide that ugly staircase railing that's going through here. And of course it goes through the whole freaking wall. Turtles plus cat equals life. Oh my god. Am I allowed to disagree with that? I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah, no. Turtles plus cat equals nat life. Do I like Eric Clapton? Yes. Eric Clapton is good. Tears in Heaven, great song. Cocaine, great song. Okay, so we have all that. Let's copy it to the other side now. I'm gonna have to do something to try and hide those vertical lines a little bit. Your new religion is called Turtle. Hey man, I don't judge. If you want to worship a turtle, go for it. If you must know, Gary Johnson. I'm a great builder, thank you. I'm glad you think so. A lot of hours, a lot of not quite hard work put into this. Okay, so there's that. Thanks, Joel. I'm glad you think so. So we have this stuff coming down. I'll probably even copy this little hostess thing. What did I copy that's a wall? That? Yeah, so we'll have two. I think there we go, and then we can get some seating here for people who are waiting. That would be good to do. Let's first do some trim around this area, make it look a little bit nice. I really like this section, how it goes from kind of this trim to a little bit of wallpaper to the bricks on the side. It really kind of makes it look like a restaurant, those dark colors working together. Can't get better than Uthris' Planet Coaster. That high praise. Thank you for that. Do I like survival games with building elements? Yes, I do. If only the building was actually good and made any sort of sense. And the crafting. I would enjoy it more. But right now, they're all pretty much the same game. Tried to build like this, but when I finish it looks horrible, but every time I build something, it gets better every time. Yes! That is 100% right, and eventually you will, you know, you'll get faster and better at building. It's great. Which phase of the moon am I? I don't know. Unless you're making a Pink Floyd reference, Dark Side of the Moon, but like, you never see the dark side of the moon. I'm stuck inside my house with an aching sunburn on both shoulders. You break the boredom? Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Last time I went down to the Caribbean, I got sun poisoning. So hopefully you recover well. Like, I got sunburned so bad that I pretty much just had to stay inside for the rest of the trip. Never fall asleep in the Caribbean sun, people. It's never a good thing. I think that looks good. What do you guys think? I think you never get sunburned. Sun poisoning? Yeah, it's when you get sunburned so bad that you essentially you get blisters all over your skin. Isn't that pleasant? I basically looked like a lizard for a week. It wasn't pleasant. It hurt a lot. These right here, they're like little hostess stands. This is where like a hostess would be standing to greet people coming in, essentially. Is what those are. I wish I could put a table along the wall so people could actually sit and wait. Alright, we're gonna have to make a custom little bench, I think. Thanks, Stu, for stopping by and saying hi. I really like the support you guys give for these streams. You guys are pretty fucking awesome. Okay, should we just do a plain wooden bench? It kind of goes with that rustic look. Like something like this. On both sides. Here, here, and here. Don't say swear words. I don't give a fuck. I can't select that piece anymore. Okay. Add running water at the sides of stairs in those cutouts. That'd be kind of cool. We're all going to hell? Maybe. I mean, this will be the first SFX stuff I'll add. What is this? Water jet display? Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I like having water there. What's my favorite car? If I had to choose, it would be like a 67 Firebird, 69, something like that. You think it looks good, really? Okay. If you guys think so, I guess we'll kind of keep it a little bit. Ooh, a Shelby, huh? I have a pretty cool model of a old Shelby. Alright, that'll work. So here's our benches. We have that stuff. We'll probably need to add some lighting. That'd probably be for the best next step here. Grand Tour? Yeah, Grand Tour is pretty good. I haven't seen much of it. I don't watch TV, so makes it a little hard. Okay, so for lighting, I guess maybe here we can just do some string mood lighting here. There we go. That'll be kind of cool there. And then I don't know what else to do for lighting. I guess a chandelier would be cool. Probably have that in this section, to be honest, since the ceiling is a little bit higher than everything else. Don't watch a Game of Thrones? No. I mean, I saw the first season, and I read the first book back in college, but nope. I really don't have time for anything like that anymore. I literally work and do YouTube. That's all I do. How much light is that giving off? That's detracting, I think, from the chandelier. And the chandelier is such a red light. Like, it should be a little bit more orangey. Let's see. Hello, Allie. Please, you don't have to say hi 1,000 times. It's a little unnecessary. Have some hanging lights from the top of the house? Possibly. You were 11. I live in Hay in Y, and I crashed a golf cart into a pond. Great! Please, can I just select this item? Oh. I hate having to delete everything and then undo it all just to get an item that's clipping through another piece. What does Uthris mean? It doesn't mean anything. Uthris is from my World of Warcraft days. Kind of a shame, at nighttime their water effects really aren't that good. Like, it really just dies. Doesn't look good at all. Don't like that. Have I seen Need for Speed? Nope. Okay, we're going straight into profanity. I guess welcome to the stream. Oh my god. Yes, it's Uthris. So it's from Uther, being one of the paladins from Warcraft 3. In Uthris, because I had a paladin, in my head was the sun. Okay, so there is that. Did some investigation on water effects in the dark for competition. They only work with the sky illumination instead of that and the artificial lights? What are the artificial lights? Explain to me. Are we talking about like the area lights? Like the floodlights? No. Every light in the game that isn't the sun on the map. Okay. So it just doesn't work with our lights otherwise. Great. Oh well. Maybe change the light to a different color? I don't know. I mean, I guess I can. I can make them slightly blue. Let's see if that just makes it look a little more watery. It'll help a little bit, but that's about it. Feels like a tavern? Yeah, probably. Warhammer isn't an MMO, is it? I mean, there was a Warhammer MMO, so technically. Am I ticklish? Am I married? I'm not married. I have a girlfriend of 5 years. And am I ticklish? I'm pretty sure everyone is, so sure. Okay, other than that, this is supposed to be like the kitchen area, so I might decorate it as such. It'll be a little annoying so we can get people not clipping through everything. And everything else will be seating, probably. I might even knock out a wall. Here to have even more seating options. And then we'll do this to extend the separation from the bathroom, probably. Hello, Assassin. Welcome, Assassin? Assassin? I don't know. I don't know how to say your name, man. I'm pretty sure my reading comprehension skills is that of like a 4-year-old. NASA thought a dwarf planet was a planet too. Maybe. Maybe an inside garden? Nah. I mean, this needs to be seating. This is like a restaurant-ish area. So this... Okay, cool. So this just needs to be seating. Dad equals NASA. I technically work for NASA. Fun fact, by the way. I work with an astronaut. So, like, a coworker sent me a picture of the Orion space capsule the other day. Bye, Mr. Potato. Thanks for stopping by for a second time. Hold on. I gotta try and read this real quick. SHHDHSDHSHSDHSD. I forgot the elevator. I'm thinking the elevator can go here, to be honest. Oh no. Hold on. No, the elevator could probably go right here. Yeah, that's where the elevator is gonna go. Right there. 2 out of 10. I missed an H. Damn it. Yeah, I think the elevator is going to go right here. So they'll just go here. It could technically, in theory, pop them out here. And also, in theory, take them all the way up to the 3rd floor here. We can do that. It can kind of jut out the back of the building as well. It doesn't have to, it's not going to be functional. It literally does nothing, but it'll be cool. Fix the lights at the toll booth? What's wrong with the toll booth lighting? What's wrong with the lighting here? Explain. Go. Yeah, you have the floor for literally 30 seconds. Off you go. What's wrong with it? Explain. Hello, Epix kids. On the cars? Or you're talking the tail lights, aren't you? I'm pretty sure you're talking the tail lights. I'll fix it. Eventually. It'll be fixed. It's on the priority list. It needs to be pretty much at the bottom. They're not going to be hard to select. I don't think. I have to do them one at a time. It's just annoying to do. Like, hold on. I can do one. Let me just copy that real quick. That color, and then. So I mean, like, this is literally all it's gonna do. But the fact that I'm spending my time doing this instead of working on an interior is kind of sad. Boop, boop. There we go. And see, this is why when you make blueprints of vehicles, it definitely helps to make sure everything is correct. There's nothing I can do for you, Slimeball Gamer. You're on your own. There. I think they're all fixed now. Looks like it. Yes, they're fixed. There you go. Wooden coaster. Eventually, yes, I'll have a wooden coaster. I'm pretty sure this first coaster is going to be a hybrid coaster. What's that called again? Like, I'm terrible at knowing these names for things, guys. So I don't know why I'm in track rides when it should be here. Yeah, I think it's going to be a hybrid. Don't quite know which one yet. There we go. We have a coaster now, guys. Look at that. 10 out of 10. Wood coaster again. But in theory, this is kind of what it's gonna look like. You're gonna walk in, you're gonna see a coaster in the background like that. Ride it? No. Nope, not gonna ride it. There should be a no entry. Should no entry be no exit when leaving the park? I guess in theory, let me tell you, the inspiration I got for that coaster was the developers, and you know, they just told me, hey, you should probably make a coaster, and so I built it in about half a second. It's pretty nice, isn't it? I think so. Okay, and could probably go for some flower pots in here, can't I? Hello, Adam Mustafa. Let's see, chocolate. There we go. The universal flower pot that people use, just like that. Okay, so we'll use this. How long has it taken without accidental deletion? Ooh, too long? Your name is Roy? Well, hello, Roy. I think we'll add a little bit of this. If we can just get the top section in here. Oh my god, I can't see the bottom of it to move it over. Cool. There we go. We got some greenery in here. I need a lot more greenery, especially on the outside. Let's do some windows. Planters real quick. You guys were asking for these anyways. I like the basket ones the best. They're kind of the most accurate in my opinion. Let's color that white. What am I building? I am building Alpine Odyssey, our giant theme park full of detail. Why not make the door on the balcony an open door? This one here? There is interior behind it. You can see that it's technically not matching up at all. Like it's technically right in the middle of that. It's more for looks. So the nice thing about having the interior not match the outside is that you can kind of fudge the interior a little bit. Ooh, thinking about that. I need to... You just subbed? Well, thank you, Lucas. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy your time here. Put a small pond near the parking lot entry because it looks dry. Maybe. There's still some detail that I want to add eventually to the parking lot. Thank you. I'm glad you like them. Oh, motion sim rides? That'd be kind of cool to have that kind of jostling about in the distance. Thank you. I think this can kind of act like its own flower pot too. That'll be nice. Am I gonna have a main coasters that sums up the whole theme of the entire park? Not one single coaster. There's going to be a coaster in each theme itself. So there'll be a coaster in the European section. There'll be a coaster in like the Egyptian, Japanese. I haven't really thought of other. I might do a tropical section. I don't know. The tropical section might be the water park section, to be honest. The windows are a little big. Maybe. But that's okay to exaggerate it a little bit. I think it's fine. Okay. Let's see. We have this stuff working. We got access points to here. This shop looks pretty good. We have our scones cart. You guys can finally shut up about scones. It's great. I never have to talk about scones again. And I think right now we're just gonna open the park again. Because it brings me joy to see it open. Could you try having a coaster built inside those buildings or in a separate building across from those, like it's hidden near the entrance? Don't know. Dippin' Dots? Dippin' Dots are pretty good. I don't have a favorite country, really, to be honest. Right? It's not something I think about. Terraforming looks like a body? Yes, a little bit. It does kind of look like a guy jumping up in the air. And a little bit of that cyanide and happiness kind of aesthetic. But it'll change over time. It's kind of just a rough layout of what I want, more so than anything. People coming into the park, looking around. Okay, so using the bathroom back here, that's good. Looks like I'm gonna need to put a garbage can here and here just to block this off a little bit. There we go. That should... How are you walking over air? There's no path here. How are you doing that? Okay. There's going to be plenty of rides. There's going to be plenty of everything in the park. It's just a matter of when we will get to them. That's basically the big question at this point. My mistake, the scones cart only encourages scone-based conversations. Oh, darn it. I thought I was avoiding that. So you can see hot cross buns is losing out in popularity nowadays. Most people are going to the restaurant. Most people are going to the upper restaurant area as well. Not many people, I don't think, go into the souvenir shop. You actually might need a ride before people go here. It looks so good. Well, thank you very much. Hopefully, once the park gets bigger, the people will spread out a lot more. Right now, it totally looks ridiculous. In fact, I think I usually get people like falling off and like sinking into the ground and things like that. I want to see how many people come into the park, by the way. That's why we're just chilling for a little bit. I bet that restaurant got a Michelin star? Probably. Oh, you think it's a lot of people now. It's not even half of what I usually get. So we're just going to wait it out. It's going to get a little ridiculous. This looks more like China. Ooh. Rough. You can make a mini indoor coaster around. Well, the main street right now, it's going to be essentially, it's going to have another shop here. It's going to have a couple more restaurants here. Right, because of no scones. Correct, basically. Even though none of them is going to our scones cart. Obviously, scones aren't popular. I don't know why you guys keep talking about scones. Scones is not the main attraction, obviously. They're all going for that hot cross buns, and they're going for, I don't know what they're doing. They're basically just hugging the building at this point. Favorite comedian? George Carlin. That's easy. Okay, what else? We got 3,400 people in the park right now. Anyone upstairs? Yes, everyone is upstairs. Holy crap. I really need to start charging for the entrance. There's too many people. Oh! Okay. Oh, now everyone's linking into hot cross buns again. Yeah. We have 4,300 people. Have I been to Charleston? Depends. There's many towns called Charleston. There's one in West Virginia that I've been to. That is the state capital, after all. Yeah, there's one or two people in the park right now. We're approaching 5,000. Approaching that 5,000 number. How many people are left in the tunnel? Yeah, this is about the limit. So yeah, this is the current park size. We're gonna go ahead and shut it back down though. Love your videos, really help me understand how to build buildings better. Great, thanks. I'm glad to hear it. Amp Design. Love the park, thanks. No one at the scones. The scones aren't popular. This is your guys' fault. I think there are select. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. There's too many people. Like, did you see that? They just multiplied. Like every person that's like on top of each other like exploded. That was kind of cool to see. Okay, please leave the park. Never return. Never return. Off you go. Please leave. I'm surprised no one died from the stampede that just happened. Yeah. Okay. Woo! That was a rush of people. So why don't we just finish the interior of this building? I don't think we're gonna get to the third building just yet. Yeah, no one got a scone. They just haven't seen it yet. When there's people in this plaza, then they're getting scones. Hide an ATM machine in the scones cart to make it look like they're ordering. Let's see. Let's see if we can't do that. I'm gonna take the scones cart away real quick. Is there a path here? No. Okay. Take the scones cart away, and then we will. Then shops and facilities. Actually, first I need a 1 meter tile, probably. You guys, I swear, you come up with like, one, the most ingenious ideas, but also ideas that just mean, hey, Uthris, you're gonna be building for another year. Okay, that's fine. I guess I'll just keep building Planet Coaster. Now, how do I do this in such a fashion that... It's a little hard. Like, I don't know. Like, it kind of ruins the scone cart, guys. I need your approval, and then I'll move it back into place, and we'll see if it works. Don't do it. No, it can't be sunk into the ground. It needs a path to get to it. Otherwise, it doesn't work. I mean, really, I can put a trash can in it. And then people would technically, in theory, at least go towards it. So let's add our path here. Hey guys, I'm apparently gay. Just letting you know. Apparently I am. I don't really do shoutouts like that, so no. There, now there's a trash can there. Whatever that may add. I think everything else is pretty much cleared, so no clipping will happen. Okay. On the count of 3, no one comment. Okay. So the path thing. Yeah, I mean, there was no path here, so that's probably a factor why they didn't want to go to the scone shop. They had no technical way to get there. But I've added a trash can, so some people might peel off to use it, which will be good. What? Don't play Roblox? I didn't play it before, so it doesn't even matter. I don't know why I'm using my Metal Gear voice, but it's the voice I decided to go with, apparently. I wish there was more street signs like this. We need more of these signs, Frontier. If you're listening, please add those. Am I continuing with the Elite Dangerous series? No. I don't have the drive to try and work on that. I just don't like sci-fi enough to slog out making a park like that. Like, I'm just not good at it. I didn't like the way it was turning out. And so I think stopping it was, for me, the best thing I could do. Okay, so we have that. Let's put some of our tables in here. So we will do this. Do I recommend the game? If so, I mean, if you want it, I would say buy it now. It's worth the full price. But if you don't have the money, you can wait. But I can totally recommend Planet Coaster. It is, 1, a great community of people. 2, it is a great game. Spread these out just a little bit here. The game's on Steam, so that's probably a better representation of its price than probably $40. Yeah, no, it's great. You got to go? Okay. Have a good night. What a low spec. Like, minimum specs for Planet Coaster, would I recommend? Don't know. make booths? But I like my tables. We had to decorate the walls first anyways. I'm pretty sure you have to have Steam for the game nowadays. Let's finish kind of timbering out the walls first so they don't look quite as plain. It'll also break up the surface a little bit. Well, you should probably do an intervention for your phone then. I don't know what the minimum for Planet Coaster is. I have 64 gigs of RAM, guys. My old computer had 16 gigs of RAM, and it ran Planet Coaster fine. You're looking for a low spec game? I mean, you can run Planet Coaster at a low spec, you just won't be able to build quite as detailed stuff as I'm doing. You're awake? Okay. Congrats on being awake. Good job. Parkitect? Yeah. Or you can just play the original, like, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. You could play that. Booths. Yes, we will be doing booths. Hello from Wales. Well, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. Have I been to Chernobyl? Can't say that I have. Not really a place that I have on my list to go visit. What type of computer should I get for Planet Coaster? Something with a good graphics card and a decent amount of RAM. Any creative game with a lot of building requires a decent amount of RAM. But yeah, I mean, just get, I mean, really a PC with a budget of $1,000 will probably be plenty to run Planet Coaster decently. I have to go a little bit extra because I record, and that takes some of the FPS off. Like when I'm not recording, I get 60 FPS. When I am recording, it drops down to 40. Not ideal, but decent enough. What country am I from? I'm from the United States of America. Yeah, I agree. Planet Coaster is like getting more optimized for sure as well. Like if this was still alpha, it would be pretty rough for some people, I'm sure. If that's the minimum specs, there you go. Thank you for linking that if you got that from their site. Am I gonna stream City Skylines? Maybe eventually. It would be kind of nice to do so. No, you weren't. I don't believe so. I can actually technically go see that. Coaster should add Zoo DLC. They should really just make a Zoo Tycoon game themselves. I could go for a new one of those. By the way, this is like, you know in restaurants how you have like the seating area, a little hallway that might go back here, a door to the kitchen. That's essentially what this is. It's kind of separating out the actual eating area from everything else. And I know the interior is probably small, but there's not much we can do. I mean, this white area is technically all the spots that we're building in. Even the cafe is using this white area a lot. So this is technically within that box. So that's how we're kind of artificially extending the interior a lot, is using these backstage elements, which will be decorated in themselves to make it look like these are more storage areas. There's a bit of a trickery going on in terms of making the interior seem a lot bigger from the exteriors. So that's kind of what you had to do to get these things to work in Planet Coaster. Yeah, guys, if you sing in chat, I'll get copyright strike. Oh no. Be careful. So back here, I'm thinking let's do like a little carpeted area type of thing. Like a strip of carpet would be, well, something that can act as carpet. This has a pattern to it, so this might work. And then back here, we'll do something that looks a little bit more tiled. This is technically the kitchen area. Maybe not your alley, but do you like Cly's games? If that's a game studio, I don't know them off the top of my head. You would have to tell me like a game they've made or something. Okay, so we got that, and then I had to make a little bit of a wall here, a bit of a serving area. Don't know. Don't Starve, oxygen not included. Don't Starve was pretty fun. Oxygen not included looks interesting. Not something I would probably play. They're nice games. Just not something I would play probably. More so than anything. What will I build at the end of the main street? There's gonna be like a wooden deck kind of along here. Also, I think the train is gonna run along this way. But it's mainly just gonna be a viewing area for the coaster itself. Make a building that basically an interior roller coaster. Possibly. Could do something like that eventually. Maybe not quite yet, though. How about a red light district? Getting some of that Dutch culture in? Maybe. Just maybe. But, tell you what, guys. We've been streaming for... Oh, how long has this been going on for? We have been streaming for about 3 hours now. That's about as far as I can usually take it. I need to go eat. I haven't eaten today. It is already 2:30 in the afternoon. Am I a fan of any sports? Tennis is my favorite sport. It's the one sport that I do play myself. It's my favorite one. Go Roger Federer. Hashtag best tennis player ever. Anyways, if you guys have enjoyed the stream and if you're new, go ahead and subscribe. Leave a like, of course, because this is how I measure, one, how well I'm doing and how well you guys like the content. Also, go ahead, check out the other videos, and thanks for stopping by. As always, you guys are pretty awesome. You know, there's not much moderating that I have to do, and I really just appreciate the Planet Coaster community as a whole. Build a tennis court? Maybe. That'd be cool. If you guys enjoyed your time here, do check out next week when we continue the streams, and check out the rest of Alpine Odyssey. Until then, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you all in the next stream.